Well, all right, y'all, welcome back. So, probably judging by the title of this video, things have changed. Plans have changed as far as the topper build goes. So I pulled that one off of there, and immediately I found one on Marketplace that's taller. It's got a couple cool options on it. It's painted white. It's already the white, you know, the right color from the factory, and I'm stoked on this. There's a couple differences, there's a couple pluses and a couple minuses of this, but I've got some really cool plans brewing up in my old dome. So we've got something else to throw on the truck already. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Stay tuned.
Your destination is on the left.
All right, we're gonna try to switch them. I think I can do most of it myself if we're close enough. So let me pop this guy open. You can come back a bit farther.
Okay.
Try to get it as close as possible.
Okay, let me know.
All right, your tailgate will go right underneath mine, so. Got them nice and close. All right. Do you mind if I clip this to your bed rail?
All right.
All right, new top required. That's where we're at. I need to grab some food and figure out where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna camp tonight. I've got my bedding right here, and the bed is still in the back. So other than that, I have really minimal gear. I didn't bring anything to like cook with, so it's gotta be something incredibly simple or something we can just stick over the fire. There's a gas station here I'll probably stop at and look at maps. I didn't want to sit in the driveway and do that, but another thing, we got it moved a bit, but he ran down the street. There was some guys working on a house, and he offered them 10 bucks to come help us, and you know, 2 seconds worth of work. We got it flipped around really easily, so I'm stoked on it. It'll be really cool. All right, let me figure out what I'm doing, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, y'all. So I stopped at the gas station, grabbed a couple things for dinner, and I turned and burned, and I'm heading back towards towards home basically, because as you can see, it is snowing here. It is a winter storm warning in effect right now. So I am going to try to find a good spot to camp in this, and we'll see how this turns out. But they're calling for possibility of up to like 7 inches. If we could get a couple, I'd be satisfied with that. So it's going to be dark by the time we get there, but you guys have seen the outside of the topper. I'll show you inside. We'll kind of go over some of the plans. So yeah, just headed on down the snowy old road. It's blowing pretty good out there. Looks like dude fishtailed and hit his own truck. I think that whole trailer came around and hit him. Just plows out. The road is covered, dude. It's pretty rough looking, and I still got 85 miles to go. Ooh, I just about lost it right there. Well, the interstate's closed up here. That's going to add a little bit of time to this, but I'm just happy we're getting a storm. You know, we haven't had much for a winter this year. It's been so warm. Just see what happens. All right, I've made it to a spot. I don't know if you guys will even be able to see out there, but it's a bit snowy. It is definitely windy. The roads were super sketchy. There wasn't anybody out, but I've got like my mattress and my cooler and a tote and my backpack and some extra clothes. So I need to take all that stuff to the back quick, and I gotta get my heater plugged in. I did bring my heater, so I made sure to come with to a spot that had electricity. But I'm excited to see, with that mattress on there, how much headroom I gained. It's gotta be at least a couple of inches. So I'm gonna take care of that stuff, and I'll just see you guys in the back of the truck. All right, made it inside. I don't have lights up, obviously. I don't have the greatest lighting, but how is that magnetic? Oh, there must be metal in there. All right, get my heater plugged in if I can. Man, it's crazy out there. Heater on low, get her nice and warm. Just got a couple of totes with me and some extra clothes and battery box, which I don't have anything to run off of that, I guess, to charge batteries. Okay. Man, I got snow all up in here. It's on my shoes, probably. Yep. Take your shoes off, genius. Get my floor all wet. All right. Sleeping bag is backwards. right. Not bad. Not bad. It's not a ton of room because this topper is one big slant. So this is an ARE brand topper. And what I had was a Lear. And what I was hoping to find was a Lear. Because the Lear toppers that are extra height, they come up in front and then they're flat. This thing is lower here than my old one, but much higher here on the end. If I sit down here on the end, I've got a bit more room. But I definitely have more room. Like, I can push myself up and just touch it. So I'm satisfied with that. Obviously, this one does not have a headliner in it, but that's something that we can work on. Oof. Just want to get these moved a little bit better. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. So this came off a Missouri DOT truck, a retired DOT truck. But yeah, there's no headliner in it. But we can figure that out. I've got a couple ideas. I was hoping it'd still be a little bit taller in here, but dude, it's fine. Like, I'm sitting up perfectly straight. So you could probably tell by like the amount of room that's right here how big it is. So I'm gonna grab my dinner because I am hungry. I was on the road for probably 10 hours today. I went down to Wichita to pick this thing up, and then when I saw that the storm was supposed to hit, I knew I had to make it back here in order to try to catch the storm, because we haven't got pretty much anything for snow this year. So let's see, other difference. It does not have the slider window in the front, but I may be able to swap my window out, but I'm not super worried about that. And then the really cool thing is, and I can't really show you right now because they're locked, but the windows on both sides, they're called windors, so they'll fold out. You have a screen section in the middle here, so you can still open it up and get airflow. As you can see, snow blowing in. So you still have a screen section, which is really nice. The back window is huge, but yeah, we'll have to figure out the headliner stuff. I've got some really cool ideas. Hopefully I can make it work. That's why I was hoping it would be a little bit taller, but we'll see what I can do. This is just bare fiberglass, and it looks like the DOT guy might have burnt spots in the ceiling, because I don't believe that's mold. I think that was burnt, but maybe it's mold. Somebody's gonna say it's mold no matter what. But it's, I mean, you can tell they used this as a work truck. But I'm stoked. I paid $350 for this and traded him the tires that I took off the Bronco Sport. So, not a bad deal in my opinion. This thing, I'm sure when this was new, it was easily over $3,000. So, it ain't bad. There's a couple of brackets near the rear window where they must have had like hazard lights on the outside, and then there's some stuff in here where they had some wiring ran, but it doesn't look bad. There's a light on the back of here, but obviously it's not wired in. I can wire it in as I see fit. I don't have any paper towels with me. Oh yeah, I do. But we've got a Italian style sub and a pickle. Let's see, I also have some chips in here. Bam. We've got some Uncle Ray's hot chips. So that's going to be our dinner tonight. And yeah, I don't have anything in here to cook with, so this is what we're having. Should have got some sauce for this, but it's all right. It's been a long day on the road, and the last bit of this drive was pretty dang stressful. And the front of this thing, I did not take that rubber strip off, so it's sitting a little high. I'm gonna have to get that removed, and I'm probably gonna redo the seal on the whole bottom of this thing. And some of you guys are probably a little bummed that I'm not building one, but this is kind of an interim thing. Considering the price, I was like, I can't go wrong trying this thing out for a while and seeing how I like it. It's definitely louder in here without the carpet, but I'm stoked to have this. And like I said, we could do the interior quite a bit differently if we don't put carpet up. Like I said, I've got a good idea for that. But I spotted this thing and it was the right one, you know, right color, made for this truck, and it was reasonably priced. So I knew I had to just go grab it. You know, as luck would have it, it popped up. This is spicy red. So I'm curious if the windows are all sealed well. I feel like one of them could definitely come in a little bit tighter. The tailgate, mine had gaps around the bottom of it. This one looks really good. It came with a key, so I've got a key for all of this stuff. I'll need to get another copy made, but I'm really happy to have this. And if I hate it, I can go back to the other one, or I can build a new one like I was going to. Like I said, I paid $350 plus the tires for this. I had 4 windows in my Amazon cart for the build that I was planning to do. So, you know, there's 4 windows in here. Just those 4 windows, Amazon like off-brand windows, were over $400. And then all the wood, all the insulation, all the stain, all the sealant, all of that stuff, like I was probably gonna have to spend $3,000 to build one and do it nice and make it look nice, and not just be a plywood box. So I'm stoked on my purchase. And yeah, there's definitely a considerably better amount of headroom in here. There's even a Missouri DOT sticker right here because, you know, this was state property. I don't know if this is, I got half a mind to try to put a skylight or something in here. Would be really cool. Be cool to do porthole windows out here. Just add a couple more windows if we could. It's too bad these days they don't make toppers that have like the windows up top. A lot of the old school ones have like windows up in this section. But I don't think they make any of them like that anymore. Uncle Ray's got some good chips, but they are spicy. And I tell you what, in celebration of the new era, new truck cap, we'll have a drink tonight. Haven't had one for a while. I don't know if I'm going to make it a regular thing anymore, but a little bit of a celebration. And we got the cheapest drink we could for this one. Cheers, y'all. Here's to new adventures, memories of all the old ones, all the people that I've met on the road in the old one, all the new people that I'll meet out in this one, and just for the joy of the adventure. Cheers. Still gotta try our pickle though. Yeah, you get back here, and I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to make the bed, like take the skin off the bed and raise it back up a couple, you know, an inch or two, but I'm satisfied with what we have. Definitely not as nice looking as the light that was in the other topper. And then there's some little clips where they had wiring up here. And there's 3 holes that were drilled in the top because they had a beacon light on the top, but these have been sealed with caulking. So smells like pickle in here. I don't need pickle fingers. You like my pickle? So as far as the stuff that was on the roof goes, we're probably just going to go without that for now, because obviously this is at an angle. It's not going to be the greatest to have anything on the roof. But they do make some roof racks for the cabs. We might end up adding a roof rack on the cab of the truck, because I still want to have my solar panel out. I suppose I could mount my solar panel like directly to this and not put it on a rack. It would just be at a little bit of an angle. We'll see what I figure out. And I can make some sort of carrier to put gas cans on the spare tire rack if I need those for a trip. Like, the biggest thing is just going to be some sort of headliner material, like get rid of this look. We're gonna have to make new curtains, because the curtains that I have, maybe the side and the front would fit, but the back one definitely wouldn't fit. But we're just gonna make all new curtains and go on some trips with this thing. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this. Stoked that I found it. Consider this a progression on the old one instead of a complete change. Yeah, I'm happy with this. All the headroom. All right, finished up my dinner. It definitely feels bigger looking this way. Anywho, I also have a cookie. I got a chocolate chip cookie for later, but it's been a long day. I definitely want to just lean back and relax for a little while. Guess I can tell you what the actual forecast is. It says it's currently 21 with a low of 11 degrees tonight, so it's going to get chilly. And then snow through 1 a.m. and it's 8:43. Got the movie Becky on Netflix. Action thriller about a rebellious teenage girl, Becky, whose family lake house is invaded by escaped convicts, led by the ruthless Dominic, which is played by Kevin James. Get under my covers a little bit here. It's definitely gonna be nice to have my curtains. Use this as a big blanket.
That's gotta be 6. You're pretty much almost the other way around.
Oh my god, yeah, you got that right. Yeah.
I think so.
That's so nice. What did you guys grow?
Good stuff, Dad.
Well, I finished Becky and I'm like halfway through the movie The Voices with Ryan Reynolds. And I've seen it before, it's been a long time, but I think I'm just gonna get headed to bed. It's getting late. 11:30. Yeah, it's getting late. It's 19 degrees out. It still says snow till 1 in the morning. A tasty cookie. At least some of a tasty cookie. Chocolate chunk. Getting cookie crumbs on my floor. Well, I'm happy with this. Even sitting back more towards this end, like I can sit up straight, not push. Like I can touch, but it's a good amount of headroom in here. That was a good cookie. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna get crashed out. Maybe turn this heater down a little bit. Morning. 7:30. Oh. A little frosty in here. Well, we got a reasonable amount of snow. But within like 3 days, it's supposed to be back into the 50s and 60s again. And this thing worked great. Like, it didn't feel any colder in here because there's no headliner. I mean, I'm sure that helps a little bit, but it's just a thin layer of carpet, so it doesn't feel bad. Oh man. Evo. The headroom is nice. Nice to be able to sit up straight. I can sit up straight and still get my hand in between there just a little bit. And that back window, it's nice having such a big window back there. Because in the other one, you kind of have to, like the side windows, I can't just look straight out of them. In the other one, you kind of have to hunch down a little bit to see out. But this one, you can just look right out of it. It's nice. Oh. Well, I didn't bring anything to make coffee. But I got myself a Dunkin'. Those are always good for breakfast. And a little gas station treat. What is this? Strawberry and cream Danish. Good enough for me. Well, I know that some of you are going to be happy that it's topper. And I know that some of you are going to be disappointed that it's not. I haven't built anything. But we'll rock this for a little while. Maybe we'll just use this for a year and then we'll move on to something else. I'd like to, instead of leaving, I had planned to build something. Even if I was going to build something, I didn't plan to use it for 10 years. I was going to do something and change it up again in the future so that there's, you know, different content for you guys to see, new stuff and different stuff. So not even this is gonna last forever, but I'm excited for the plans that I have to finish this out in here, and then we can do everything down here too. It seems like the rails, the sides are just a little bit wider almost, but it's hard to tell. I can take a drink without hitting my head on the ceiling. Just a couple inches is all you need, you know? It makes the world a difference. Smells good. Alright, well, I didn't bring my coat or anything back with me in here last night, which was probably a mistake, but it'll be fine. It's definitely cold out there. I suppose I could have remote started the truck, but it's alright. Yeah, it's cold out there. Ooh. Just a couple inches of snow. Not too shabby. I'll walk this guy. Just a little bit on the sides. It's all gonna fall in. Huh. Not bad. You can see how it was blowing so hard this way. I was pretty much nose into the wind that the snow like whipped around and tried to come in the tailgate. That's why it's nice to point yourself into the wind. Not even gonna worry about coiling that up, just shove it in there. Hold the camera the right way. Can I reach? Oh yeah. Not bad. All right. Let's see if I can show you one of these windows without it dumping a bunch of snow in, but and then it just pops open. Bam. Just like the rear hatch does. And it's got gas struts. There's a bit of ice on there, so it's kind of heavy, but that'll be nice. If the weather's nice, it'll be nice to have those open, as long as there's no bugs, you know. But I imagine that wasn't a cheap option when they built this thing. So I'm stoked on it. It's cold out here. I want to get in. Get in the truck, get out of here. Ooh, heave-ho. There we go. Well, I'm stoked. Hope you guys are stoked. Oh, the lake froze back over. It's gonna melt in a couple days. Yeah, something different. Same, but different. If you know what I'm saying. but I'm excited about it. So that's all that matters. I'm happy, and ultimately, that's one of the important things. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully we can progress on this fairly quickly. The biggest thing is going to be the headliner, or figuring out what to do with that. And then I've got some plans on rooftop storage. We'll see how all of that can work out. And ultimately, I'm excited to have this. We'll get it knocked out as quickly as possible, and probably take her out on a nice long road trip. So anyways, if you guys thought it was cool, let me know, hit the thumbs up, all that kind of stuff, and definitely drop a comment down below on what you want to see done differently in this thing, or like if you have headliner ideas, stuff like that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.